The sun hung low, burning like an ember above the savannah. Dust rose from the earth as Ebiere Tobiri stepped off the small wooden platform. Confused, she could still remember Etemo, the salty air, the honk of buses, the familiar chatter of her church sisters. Yet here she stood, in a place she had never seen before. The streets were narrow and lined with mud brick houses the color of baked clay. Foreign voices floated around her, though some faces seemed strangely familiar. Words she didn't recognize. People she knew from Etemo now walking among strangers as if they belonged here. A group of men in faded uniforms stood by a heavy iron gate at the edge of the town. Their eyes were sharp, their stance unwelcoming. "I need to get back to Etemo," she said softly. The taller guard glanced at her, expression flat. "No one leaves," he murmured, waving her away as if brushing off a fly. Days, or maybe hours, passed without meaning. Iberi waited with others at a dusty roadside where buses never came. The air was heavy, almost watchful, as if the land itself was aware of her presence. A woman from her church. Mariam sat beside her, eyes thoughtful. "You don't understand, Ebiere," she said quietly. "For you to be here in this place, it means you're special, chosen." She smiled faintly. "And I'm proud of you." Before Ebiere could reply, an empty coaster bus rattled to a stop. The driver leaned out, calling for passengers. She boarded with Mariam, another church sister, and a few strangers. The bus jolted forward, its worn engine humming like an old hymn. Halfway through the journey, the road ahead erupted in chaos. Men, lean, dark-eyed, emerged from the bush. Their machetes glinted under the setting sun. They moved from vehicle to vehicle, pulling passengers out, the air filled with screams. Ibier's heartbeat thundered. She could see the driver's eyes in the rearview mirror, calm, almost too calm. "Run," he whispered. She didn't think. She simply obeyed. Her feet pounded the dust as the sky deepened into blood-red dusk. At the end of the road stood another gate, beyond which lay a wide river shimmering with unearthly light. A few canoes drifted across its surface, slow as if time moved differently there. She could hear the men behind her now. Closer, faster. Mariam was gone. Another sister had already jumped into the water. Ebiere stood frozen between the gate and the river, between the life she knew and something far greater than she could understand. What if dreams aren't just dreams, but divine summons? Or read the full story. Summoned When Heaven Declares You. Soon available on Sealer and Amazon KDP.